game. Been looking forward to it all week. The Volunteers will boot it away to start the game. Here he comes from inside his own 5. He gets a block. Vision. Can they catch him? He's still far in the stands, and he takes the opening kickoff back to the house to fire up the crowd, fire up his teammates. What a start for this young man. Setting up for the extra point after the first score of the game. And the extra point makes it 7-0. Well, I'd say that's quite a way to make an early statement. Take the opening kickoff and run it all the way back for a touchdown. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll bring it out. Excellent job by the kick coverage team. A pretty minimal gain on that return. So Tennessee's offense will go to work first. And they are coming off a sensational performance led by this quarterback who's hoping he can build on things, Jesse.
Well, I know, having played the position, when you have a big game, you just can't wait to get back out there again and build on that performance. David, last time out, he was making the right reads. He showed off his arm talent. He had this offense moving up and down the field and finding the end zone. And you know he's excited to take on this defense today.
Yeah, and talking to the defensive coordinator coming to this football game, like, they're not going to do what happened last week. Like, you can't sit back and make the coverages easy for him to diagnose. He'll pick you apart like he did last week. Look for some change-ups and some curveballs for this defense. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. Big time play by the defense. He'll lose 4.
You just need more from your offensive line. Second and short like that, you'd love to be able to fire off the ball and pick that up running it, but the defense was able to get penetration. They were able to get a stop, and now you set up third down, and this offensive line is going to have to play a lot better here.
Looking downfield, it's Massey. And the ball comes out. What a disastrous play. Defense trying to take it back.
It's really hard as a quarterback because you've got your eyes downfield, you're trying to find an open guy, you're trying to negotiate your rush, and all of a sudden people are swatting at the ball. They hit you, they knock it out. Got to do a better job next time of keeping 2 hands on the ball so you don't get it scooped and scored like what happened right there.
And he takes this from inside the 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The Volunteer offense is back, and they hope it's touchdown time in Tennessee. They've gotten off to a sluggish start and need to put something together on this drive. This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. And he was hit just as he released it, and it rolls to the turf.
We're already in the first quarter, but already you get the feeling this could be a long day for this QB. He's already been sacked. He gets hit right there on the incomplete throw. They've got to find a way to do a better job up front of protecting this guy, or it's going to be difficult to put up points.
Building momentum, picking up a chunk of yardage, moving the chains out to the 34. Defense is about getting the guy on the ground, holding on for dear life. It's hard, I know, with so much speed on the outside, but you got to get that guy on the ground. When you miss one tackle, next thing you know, all that extra yardage is killing your defense. Stop. strong enough to pick up 1 to the 35.
Man, a nice second effort by the back to break a tackle. But how about those defensive backs willing to come up, stick their face in the fan, and make a tackle?
Those are the best run defenses, too, right? It's not just D-linemen and linebackers getting all the plays, but it's DBs that are willing to not just cover, but tackle backs in the open field.
But a little time, lets it go. He's got the tight end. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is.
Pass interference, defense.
So they'll decline the pass interference penalty, and the result of the play will stand. The offense comes back out with a new set of downs after the penalty. Dropping back, it's Massey. Unloads to the wideout. Snagged in the middle, it's Hills. Gets it all the way inside the 20-yard line to the 19 before being hauled down. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Out of the gun, the inside give. They get him stopped after a 2-yard gain. Ball's at the 17.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
He'll get that one all the way down to the 4-yard line before he stopped.
Defense is going to have their hands full trying to get this guy on the ground, man. He's got some serious moves once he has the ball in his hands.
The Vols will try to put one on the board on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
And this is an area of the field, man, who can be more physical. And you know I'm going to run the football a lot of times in these goal-to-go situations. 1st and goal, can I be physical? Can I get closer? The defense won that physical battle. Interested to see now.
And he's going to take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Tennessee! And after the extra point, they've cut the lead in half, down 14-7. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. On the run from inside his own 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. So Texas offense will have its first possession of the game. They'll move the wide receiver. From the gun to give, looking for room. Passes to 30. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down.
I'll tell you what, a few more runs like that, and defensively you start thinking more guys in the box, more big guys. I better stop this guy because he's unbelievable. Just a great job breaking off the big run, and the OC is going to give him the ball some more.
They opened up this drive, getting all the way out to the 35, and now it's first down again. Use the play fake, now the throw. Rush coming in hot, and they got him at the 29.
Well, this defense looked pretty good last week. Of course, they had 2 sacks, and their coaching staff told us they really wanted to be able to build on that. Great news, they've already registered a sack here early in this game.
And the Longhorns have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. The offense changing the play. Looking to fire. Here comes the heat. And the defense gets loose.
I'm really impressed with the start by this defense, like getting to the quarterback early and often. First drive, already have 2 sacks. That's a good sign for this defense.
The offense wastes no time getting the timeout call.
Timeout, Texas.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, a check down will be the last resort. Pulls it in there on the sideline. The junior making a clutch play and turning in a big catch. The Longhorns are on the move. Looking downfield on 1st down. Flies it out of the air. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Longhorns in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Might be calling a hot route. They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. And they can't make the connection, and it could get worse. A penalty flag on the field, and it's in the holding zone. Let's get the call. Holding penalties, the ultimate drive killer. We'll see if it costs this offense here. Line getting set on 2nd down. They'll send the back in motion. Going to swing it on 2nd down. Fires to the big fella. Strong, firm tackle. Really good job working through his progression. You get it to him quickly, and the big tight end has a chance to run a little.
And a really good job by the QB throwing an accurate throw. I got to hit those guys on the move, on the run, so they can do this. They can catch the football, get upfield, and chew up some extra yards.
He's going to look for a man on 3rd and short. He's got his man. Just across the 20 with a 1st down at the 19. Guys, it is Texas who holds the lead. And we've come to the end of 1. And let's take a quick moment to catch up on the stats. After changing into the field. They think there's room to run to the right here. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. They had this drive going, but they face a 2nd and 15. The play action fake. Oh, goes right through his hands, and he will think about that one for a while. It'll be 3rd down. This defense just can't get off the field. The offense unstoppable. On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. Working on the right. He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the 1st down.
That's a really big completion for the offense. And look, I know they didn't get the 1st down, but because of it, they're now set up in 4th and very short. And if you're the head coach, you're thinking very long and hard if you're going to go for this one now because of that success.
Big tight end makes the grab. It's a 1st down. They'll get him stopped just short of the end zone, but they're in business here with a 1st down. That might seem like a risky call to go for it on fourth down there, but you can't just hand the defense a win in that spot, David.
No, and when you go back and you look at games, a lot of times those field goals get you beat. And this offense is like, forget that, we're going to be aggressive. And because they got it, it was a great call.
And that is the perfect way to cap off this drive. This thing started way back on their 2-yard line, and they methodically marched it down the field. You saw a little bit of everything on this drive, so at the very end, you pay it off. Really nice job running down in the red zone for the score.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. So here is the Tennessee offense. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game, so Palmer, no need to pay.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
Shotgun. Fights off the defender. How about that play behind the line as they lose 5?
Well, the one thing you can say about this defense, they pursue the football. The first guy might miss, the second guy might miss, but there's going to be more and more hats flying to the ball carrier. You saw it on that play getting a tackle for loss.
Horns up and ready to hurt them. Serious noise on third down in DKR. Looking to throw, it's Massey. That's Hunt. It's Hills. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the first down. And the Vols will try to pin them back with the punt. They'll have to punt for the first time this afternoon. Able to get the first one of the day away. They did have to send him out 3 times in that victory last week. He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. So now the Longhorns take over and they'll send out the offense. They unleashed an aerial assault last time that took them right to the end zone, David.
So, Reese, with that drive, I think you've accomplished something you wanted to accomplish. Make this defense think. You put them back on their heels. Now, shoot, Palmer, you might be able to slip a few runs in on this drive to really jack them up.
Yeah, I like that idea, but I also like the fact that speed kills. They've got it at the receiver position, so if you've got one-on-one matchups, man, take advantage.
Making side adjustments here. Second down, they'll go to the air. Got a man, it's Dobbs. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground covered to pick up the first. Let's take just a moment here and talk a little about Texas. Boy, this just hasn't been their year. All of the aspirations starting to... Oh, he's got some space. Now they're really starting to threaten as they pick up the first down at the 34-yard line.
And that's a nice third down conversion for this offense. And I tell you what, the struggle for this offense has been stringing those first downs together. They're not in the top 50 in college football in first downs. They'll get one and then they kind of stall. Let's see if they can put multiple first downs together, get one of those long drives going.
And the Longhorns come to the line with a new set of downs. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Pocket breaking down. Just gets rid of the football. Nobody to throw it to. It'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Wants to go up top. The quick out. That's 20. He's got space. Knocked out of bounds. They're in the red zone. Mark it at the 17, and they are set up. Now inside the 20. First and 10 from the 18. He'll pull it on the read. Stopped at the 13-yard line as they try to turn this into points.
at the 13-yard
Well,
line.
good decision there by the QB. A little zone read action. He reads the defensive end crashing down, keeps it himself, gets a nice chunk of yards.
And when you do that, you sort of get the drive going or keep it going, as the case may be.
It's amazing in college football now how big of a part of each offense the zone read has become. We're seeing more and more athletic quarterbacks on roster.
Made the grab in the end zone for the score. They've extended the lead and taken control here in Week 9.
Tremendous toughness there by the quarterback because he knew he was going to get drilled. He hung tough in the pocket and delivered a strike for the touchdown.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Interesting matchup this week in the Big 12 today. In fact, they're all interesting this season. BYU is currently trailing, but this has been a back-and-forth affair. If that quarterback can find a little magic a la Ty Detmer, this might not be over just yet. They're trailing by just 4 to Baylor. We'll circle back if anything big happens in this Big 12 clash of the Titans. Guys?
Thanks for the update on that one. Kevin, let us know when it goes final. Brought down at the 31. It is a first down. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Got it set up on the outside. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. And the Volunteers racing to the line in the hurry-up. Back to pass. It's Massey. Throws to the tight end. Wide open downfield. And they don't drag him down until he gets all the way to the 46-yard line. Quick timeout from the offense to save precious seconds. To the air on first down. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down.
Hey, man, if you're going to force incompletions when the QB's thrown to the tight end, you better be physical. Nice job with the hit, forcing that incompletion.
Back to pass on second down. Throws to the wideout. Complete to the right. Nice pickup. Gets it to the 20. They move the sticks, and they can still stop the clock. From the red zone, looking for a space. Quickly complete. And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there.
And these quarterbacks have to really trust their wide receivers that they're going to be disciplined, run to the right route when they're throwing that ball to the outside like that, because those corners are sitting there on the inside, and the worst thing that could happen is to miss inside and that quarterback be going the other direction.
That completion takes them down to the 7-yard line, and they are ready to strike. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Takes a snap, wants to throw. Not much of a chance there. He just had to get rid of it to avoid the sack.
I like the decision by the quarterback there. It's only first down. It's not there. Throw it away. Live to play another day.
Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. Back to throw, and they've got to be aware of the clock. That pressure got to him, and he just had to chuck it out of bounds.
A really good job by this defense staying positive. They gave up a bunch of yards, got down towards the shadow of their own goal line. 2 straight passes, 2 incompletions, trying to just get off the field here with only giving up 3 points.
It is perfect. That cuts the lead down to 28-10.
And that's not the way they wanted to end the drive, but nice job being ready and your field goal kicker coming through and putting 3 points on the board.
They make the stop, and that is the end of the first half. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Thanks, guys. Looks like we've got a superb matchup in Austin today. And this offense has been the story through 2 quarters, extending this lead and really dominating almost every aspect of this game. We're talking lethal efficiency from the O-line right on down to the skill position guys. Although I'd argue those big uglies up front are skilled players in their own right. And with that, let's get it back to our fellas at DKR.
All right, Kevin, about ready to get things cranked back up here. And the Longhorns will kick it away first, and we'll start the second half. He'll return it. Dynamic on kick returns, and that one puts his offense in business. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Tennessee ready to go to work the Big Orange offense on the field. They start this 3rd quarter in a big hole, and they have to start climbing out right now.
And they're going to have to be really aggressive, Reese. Like this offense, when I'm playing from behind, every possession means so much more. And if you look the other side, the defense, they haven't given much resistance.
Yeah, nothing has gone their way in the first half offensively. And you know now, based on how this defense is playing with their confidence, that you are going to be challenged on every single snap. So buckle up, get your mind right, and get ready to come back in this game.
To the air, it's Massey. Fires to the wideout. With the catch, it's Best. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains. They'll snap it from the 39, 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. Got it in the middle, it's Sexton. What a nice connection. Knocked down immediately, and they've got it at the 25. And this Big Orange offense getting it done in the passing game.
And great execution by the quarterback. And when you think about Tennessee offense, man, when they...
Turning it on! Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a 1st down.
Well, you wonder if one of the adjustments they made at halftime, trailing in this game, was to try and get the ground game established, David. They're off to a good start here.
Dang right. Stay patient. You don't have to worry about it. You don't have to press. Just try to get scoring drives together. Don't abandon the run.
He's going to lose a yard on that one.
And, yeah, that's kind of surprising. And we talked about this before the game. One of the big matchups. Run the football against a defense that's been susceptible against the run throughout the season. But this offense just can't find a way to get it going. And I'm surprised, but now what's your counterpunch? How are you going to get the ground game going? Because so far, not a lot of success.
2nd down, he'll throw it. Got it in the middle, it's Lay. Touchdown ball! Made the grab and then did the rest himself, and they put points on the board.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, he hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy, the connection between quarterback, wide receiver. You can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
And they make the extra point to draw closer. It's 28-17. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And the score comes on a 12-yard touchdown pass. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. On the move from inside his spot. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. And here come the Horns. They've got it again on offense. And after that last score, this is just a 2-possession game now, and they'll be looking to find some cushion on this drive. First play of the drive, wants to throw. Makes the grab on the left. Good, solid pickup on that one. They've got it out to the 40, and it's 1st down.
The defense has got to be able to make a play at some point here in the second half. You're down 2 possessions. You need to steal a possession badly. You need to have a takeaway. The coverage is going to have to be way tighter than on that last throw. Otherwise, this offense is just going to go up and down.
There he goes. And he's brought down after a nice game. How about the zip this junior put on that ball to pick up the first down? Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking to throw on first down. It's complete to the left. And that defense is there to guide him out of bounds after a short gain.
This defense is going to have to be careful. Not only do they have to worry about this guy running the football, but they've got to keep their eye on him when he runs routes too. He is a versatile back.
Got his man downfield. They finally get to him. A one play there to pick up the first down.
Really good job hauling that pass in. You know, I know Texas is a place a lot of people think about great DBs, and they've had a lot of really good running backs too. I think the receiver position is one, though, that they want to build a legacy around. This guy right here, he's really stepping up in this game today, and he's a guy that Longhorn fans, they need to keep their eyes on for years to come.
He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
And you're seeing on both sides really hard to run the football in this one. You've got to give both of these defenses tons of credit. They are so physical up front. These defensive lines can take the game over, and right now, it's tough sledding on the ground.
Now the play fake. Using the quick game.
Third down coming up.
The Longhorns have pushed it inside the 20. From the gun, the running back has it. And they're able to get a third down stop here. See if they go for it on fourth. And they'll send out the field goal unit.
Number 12 on the field goal.
Right down the boulevard. It's good. And now the lead is extended a little further. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Arkansas State is getting handled right now at home. Someone needs to step in here, throw in the towel, and stop this fight. They're trailing by 14 to North Carolina. We'll keep you updated on things in a game that could alter the balance of power in the Sun Belt. Fellas?
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. The Volunteer offense is back, and they hope it's touchdown time in Tennessee. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point in the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here and make something happen on this side of the football.
Dragged down at the 30 after a 5-yard gain. Now on first down from the 30. Defense in press coverage. From the shotgun, the inside give. Finds his way for 3 out to the 33.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up through the field, and we are not going to complain.
Looking to throw, it's Massey. Right down the middle. And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit.
Love the physicality of the secondary on defense. That defender got to the football, was able to separate the receiver from the ball, and did it legally. Beautiful job.
Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Catch in the middle, it's Hills. And they'll move the chains and get it to the 47-yard line. The Volunteers are marching down the field. Grabbed in the backfield. It's late. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Defense came into this one prepared for these quick receiver screen passes. Nice job beating blocks at the point of attack and rallying to the football.
As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. He'll toss it. Going to be a touch short. Guys, it is Texas who holds the lead. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. Coach has no choice here. The offense has to stay on the field, down multiple possessions this late. Fourth down attempt coming. They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on down.
Yeah, and unfortunately in the fourth quarter, losing, you got to put the foot on the accelerator. You got to make something happen. So I get they had to be aggressive and go for it. They just can't seem to get this offense to make plays when they need it the most.
The give to the left side. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
At this point of the game, the offense has the lead. The offensive coordinator knows they want to keep running the football. So he's going back, he's looking at his playlist, and he's saying, which runs work the best for me in this game? What can I lean on right here to make sure we win this one?
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. He might want another play. To the air on 2nd down. Unloads to the wideout. And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. 3rd down coming.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Finds his big tight end. They'll move the chains. Good execution on 3rd down. They've got it at the 41.
Really nice execution by this offense. This is the time, right? Late in the football game, got to get a few first downs to preserve this lead, to get out of here with the W. They trust their quarterback. They protect him. They get the first down.
The Longhorns with the 1st and 10. Wants to throw on 1st down. Quick screen to the speedster outline. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moving forward just a few. A little bit more to go after that last completion. They'll try to pick it up on 2nd down. Back to pass. Good timing on the quick out. He's out of bounds at the 26-yard line.
You know, and that's disappointing for the head coach because you drill these 2-minute, 4-minute type situations late in games. You've got to have awareness and understand what you're trying to accomplish. You're trying to bleed the clock, and you can't do that if you're running out of bounds.
Quick timeout call by the offense after the play.
Timeout, Texas.
The Longhorns are moving quickly down the field. They'll run it to keep the clock moving. And he is just engulfed at the line by this giant defensive tackle. Boy, there wasn't much room to wiggle for that running back there.
None at all. Great job by the defense getting in the backfield quickly, closing up all the holes, nowhere to run.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Might be changing the route. Wants to fire on 2nd down. Caught. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense.
You see a lot of offenses late in the football game with a lead get conservative. I like they didn't. Like, they trusted the passing game. You're going to get looks that you know what they are. Defense has to be aggressive. You know, they have to be aggressive because they're down. They've got to get to the quarterback. They've got to get stops. Nice job throwing the football.
Doesn't quite make it to the 1st down marker. He's a yard short. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. They already have a comfortable lead, up by multiple possessions, but they're going to go for it here on 4th down. They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on down. So here is the Tennessee offense. Receiver going in motion. Back to throw. It's Massey. Right on the money. Good pickup, a little bit short of the sticks. The Vols want to pick up the tempo.
It's always interesting how people handle late game. Like, you know this game is over. There's not a lot to gain from it, but some people try to throw the ball deep and continue to make plays. They throw it short. The clock's running out, and there's not a lot to talk about that's going to be positive for this offense.
I don't know if this defense knows what just hit them because they gave up the completion, they gave up a 1st down, and now here's the offense back up at the line of scrimmage again, going tempo.
Rolls inside the 30 and out of bounds at the 29, and now they're threatening. It'll be a 1st and 10 from the 29. They just keep firing. Catch in the middle. It's Sexton. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. Looking to fire. The short hands. It's Hill. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line. Now they've got to hustle to the line and get set. Now from inside the red zone. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Takes it all the way down to the floor after making the grab, and they're set up. He'll set up to throw. And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line. Quick tempo, no huddle offense. 2nd down, clock's running. Wants to go up top. Caught in the backfield, it's Montgomery. They'll come to the line just trying to keep their hope alive on 3rd and goal. Back to pass, it's Massey. Dumps it to the back. Touchdown Volunteers! You thought they were done. They're not. They're back, baby.
Well, the offense did their part. You're just trying to apply some pressure on the opponent, right? Yeah, you're down right now, but if you can find a way to get the ball back with some time on the clock, they're within striking distance still to win this game.
The defense uses their 2nd timeout of the half as they try to get their act together. Trailing by a touchdown here in the 4th, they'll try to get it back with the onside kick.
Everything going their way right now. Last drive they score, special teams goes out, they execute the onside kick. You need a touchdown now. Can defense deliver for you here late in the game?
They're going to throw it to start the drive. Makes the catch. It's Sexton. Pass. He smashes his way through again. Tremendous awareness to get what he could and get out of bounds. And now the offense trying to score one late. It's first down from the 37-yard line. Wants to go up top on first down. That's caught. It's Sexton. Caught, and he's close to a first down on the nice pickup there. And the ball is moving quickly to the line. Second down, they'll go to the air. Unleashes one deep. Touchdown, Tennessee! The finisher, the exclamation point on that drive.
Massive score, now massive decision-making. Obviously, extra point ties the football game. Easy peasy, nice job. A 2-point conversion, you win this thing. So I would kick it, but you know what? You want to go for it. It's your decision.
He'll start the return inside his 5. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. And here comes the Texas offense back on the field. A pretty good bit of ground to cover here, Jesse, but they've got some time to work with.
They do. So tempo is going to be important. You got to go fast. You just got to make good decisions at the quarterback position.
And those good decisions are throwing the ball beyond the sticks, using the sidelines to get out of bounds, trying to maximize this time and get in a position to win.
Well, at this point of the game, the defense now is substituting their personnel. They've got their dime package in the game. There's a lot of DBs out there. They know this offense is going to have to throw the football to climb back in this game.
Will they try to win it here or be content to play for overtime? Back to throw, and he needs to make a play. Got him downfield. Breaks it to the open. They finally get him on the ground, and he's got an explosive play for the first down.
Quarterbacks love receivers that can do damage once they have the football in his hands. No doubt there. Easy slant, completion, then let your receiver go make hay once he has the ball.
He's going to run it. Nice job by this junior quarterback to get it down on the ground.
Well, they've tried to get this quarterback going, running the ball in a variety of ways, and they haven't really been able to kind of break him out just yet until that run right there. Nice individual effort on the scramble. It took a little longer than they would have liked, but maybe that's the play that's really going to sort of spark this offense and really maybe get this guy going more on the ground.
And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. Timeout is called with just 2 seconds left to go.
Timeout, Texas.
And how about this? They're going to send the kicker out there to try to put a thunderfoot into one. Timeout is called with just 2 seconds left to go. And he's going to have to reach to the bottom of his toenails and muster every ounce of kicking force he's got to try to win the game. And with that field goal, they now have the lead. A hostile environment can have a major impact on even the most composed, well-prepared team. So how much did the crowd play a factor in this upset?
Well, this is what makes college football so great, the home crowd and how they were able to impact this game. No doubt about it, David, they played a big factor.
And they're still jacked up, and they're still excited. They play a big factor, and in fact,